Hello, everybody. Hopefully, you can hear me. I am not sure if I'm broadcast. Hopefully, it's broadcasting. And can you hear me? Because I don't have. Can you hear me? I don't have. Oh, yes, I can hear myself over there. Okay, don't want to start any echoes. I only see one person joining in, so I'll kind of wait until everybody gets set up. I'm also waiting for a couple other folks to join in. Oh, here we go. Let me see. David, admit. Let me get. There we go, David. Can you? Oop. So, David, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, great. All right, so we're live. I went ahead and got us going live on the jams, and I know I got your song here. Oh, I know why, because the first song I wanted to do was Roy Sukuma's I Am What I Am. But before we start that, everyone, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to bring in um, the ensemble doing this song, and then we're going to play it together, and I'll put up the sheet and everything. But you'll get to hear the tunes, how it sounds like as we played it from um, the David. Your picture disappeared. Yeah, just stay there. It's we're still live, um, and
Sorry.
yeah, and I've lost my where's my window with the oh man. Here we go. Yep, I don't see anybody else yet. I can see 4 users right now, but I'm kind of waiting until, but before I stream that other part in there. Um, oh, they're slowly popping up. Okay, I'll wait till we hit 10. Why don't you say hi to everybody?
Hi, I want to find the link too on my phone. Oh, I'm hearing my own voice coming back through. I guess it's gone.
Yeah,
All right,
if you join in on the YouTube, you cannot have that speaker turned on.
right. I'm not on the YouTube. I wanted to get it on my phone on mute though, just so I knew like what our lag is. Anyway, hi everybody.
Well, the lag's always going to be 20 seconds.
Okay.
You can't get around that. That's just the way the setup works. So that's why I have in my other computer screen, I have all of the control mechanisms, and that's how I watch the chat, because I could see the live chat. Of course, it's usually about 20 seconds behind. But one of the things I'm going to do is that even though we only have 5 people watching right now, I'm going to um, start that our video. I need more screens. I was telling Hetty I was going to give me
Oh
two
yeah.
more screens, so I
Yeah.
got them my 227s side by side. I was going to put 2 more up here because the number of screens I'm running right now is getting crazy. Um, you wouldn't even want to see the rat's nest behind my computer. It's like a whole bunch of different cables. But I'm going to start that other window, even though we don't have everybody there yet, and it's going to stream the.
my thing. People ask me who I am. Here's what I say. I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me, all of me? I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me? Now myself I'd like to be reaching out, feeling free, doing good where I can, with this in my heart. I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me, all of me? I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me? See them going their own way, see them doing their own thing. They begin to understand, now they sing with me. I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me, all of me? I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me? Look, can't you see that it's me?
we go. Well, hopefully everybody liked that opening there. That's something that the society put together um, for the for the 50th anniversary of the Ukulele Festival, Hawaii, Oahu. Roy Sukuma had started the festival 50 years ago this year. But of course, with all the pandemic going on and people not able to travel to go to Hawaii for the festival, and it is all about the kids, so they did a tribute this past Sunday and reran it this past Thursday on to the festival. They had asked us to submit a recording, a group recording, not just individual recordings, but a group recording. And what you just heard was the society group recording. So what we're going to do is that we're going to play this song. I'm going to drop it in, and we're going to play the same song. You'll get to see the sheet. And I believe Kai, you're going to see him tonight on the open mic if you stick around. And then the open mic will be streamed on Facebook. But what you'll see is Kai put an individual recording, and it actually made it in. And if you want the link, you just go to our society Facebook page, and you'll see the link, and you search on 50 years, and you'll actually see the link to the recording and the actual 50th anniversary streamed recording from channel K5 Hawaii. And then you jump to, if you want to only see the recording of what everybody did, then you jump to around 57 minutes, and you'll see the actual song. Not our whole recording was not, of course, is not in the rendition that they put together, but you'll see all these other groups from all over the world who had submitted their recordings or were requested to submit their recordings. Group recordings were requested, individual recordings were open, and they would plug different people in. And I think there were four recordings from the Virginia, Maryland area. Anyways, I'm gonna switch now to the other one, and let me see. Hopefully you can still hear me. Test 1, 2, 3. Oh, here we go. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Here we go. I think I got my levels up now because I just noticed it switched microphones on me. So here we go. I grab my ukulele.
You want me to try and play audio along?
Yes, you can play audio along. It should work. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the C chord. There was an actually, if you look down at the last line, it goes F G7 C G7, and where it goes, look, can't you see? Oh, can't you see that it's me? And that's the intro. Okay, so it's F G7 C G7. And then we go right into people wonder. Okay, here we go. Look, can't you see that it's me? People wonder where I'm going. People watch me do my thing. People ask me who I am. Here's what I say. I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me, all of me? I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me? On to the second verse. Now myself I'd like to be reaching out, feeling free, doing good where I can, with this in my heart. I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me, all of me? I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me? See them going their own way. See them doing their own thing. They begin to understand. Now they sing with me. I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me, all of me? I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me? Look, can't you see that it's me? Well, hopefully everybody liked that. That was the song, and that's how they were playing it. And every year that I went to see the festival, because I'd also go home to Hawaii to see some of my cousins, relatives of my mom and dad, when my dad was still alive. I still go out there to see relatives and family. When I go to the festival, this is the very last song that they would play. They would get all the kids, all the performing kids, and put them all around Kapiolani stage. And then there's a big set of steps. If you ever looked at it, a lot of steps. They put the adult groups on the ends behind the kids. Because you got to remember, that whole day is all about the kids and the kids learning to play music. And so that's always a great thing, and it's an honor to go there. The ensemble, the Society's ensemble, went twice. They went for the 47th and the 48th annual Ukulele Festival. We skipped the 49th intentionally. Hopefully we would get to the 50th. We didn't get invited to play when it was originally being planned. However, we did get asked to put a recording together for the society. Well, they asked the ensemble, but I wanted to include the society. And of course, you saw some of the society members. There was one of the primers and group lessons. We taught it. We taught the music, and we asked them if they wanted to participate. We would put them in the full recording. There was no guarantee that the slice that the festival would take would be the slice with everybody in it, which was kind of cool that we even got asked. We have a 3-second cameo spot in the song. One of the things I like is that you'll see some of the other individuals or some of the groups. You don't hear their vocal recording. You see them playing, but you don't see them recording. Ours was included. There were some other ones. There was one group from China, a couple from Japan, a couple around the islands of Hawaii. There was a West Coast group, and then there were a couple of West Coast groups because the folks in California are all tied in. So that's kind of the background behind this song. And I forgot, I need to switch this back out to this one so you can see David. And matter of fact, I'm actually bringing in one more person in, and you'll see them. There we go. All three of us in that one picture. And let me see. I want to make sure I get this right. There we go. And one of the things that you'll see, Manuel Vera is online with us, and he's going to be joining us for a couple of the tunes. What I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to highlight David, because David's going to, because one of the things we started to do was on one of the songs that he actually wrote the parody on, we always like to play that as one of the song. It's called the COVID. Let me see. How did I do this? I got the wrong, how did I get, I have to fix one thing here. Because we've never done it with 3 people in there, so I've got to make sure I get this right. How come I don't see the other one? See that one? Where's this one? Oh. Hang on, we'll get this right here in a minute.
We got some color coordination going on here by accident.
By accident?
Your blue C at the top and my shirt and Manuel's wall paint all kind of go together.
Interestingly, that's the audio. Where's the zoom? That's why I don't have the other zoom window in there. Hang on.
Who are we looking at there, Manuel? Is that you?
That is me in Peru, at age probably, I don't know, 1.5, 2, with my cousin.
Wow, what's she carrying? Just a book bag, I guess.
It's a purse.
A purse, okay, not a ukulele. Oh.
I was very pleased with myself.
Yeah.
With that outfit.
Okay, so anyways, that's great, Manuel. So one of the things I'm going to do, and everybody can still hear us all, but I'm getting ready to pop in the window David's song, which is the COVID. It's called COVID. What did you call it, David?
My COVID quarantine.
My COVID quarantine.
Okay.
And remember, and if I remember right, the song's done into what was it? My Clementine song.
Yeah, My Darling Clementine.
My Darling Clementine.
Yeah.
So, David, I just flipped you in, and so that you're up.
Okay, I don't see the, or maybe you're pulling. Did you pull the lyrics up for people yet?
Yep, the lyrics is already up. You got to remember the YouTube piece is a 20-second lag.
Yeah. So the good news is it's a 2-chord song, right? C and G7, and so you'll be able to play along nice and easily. If that's boring for you, do the closed C and the closed G7, right? So the closed C is just the B flat, 2 frets up, right? And the closed G7 is you keep your index finger right there on that 3rd fret, and you move around as if you were doing a closed F7, but up 2 frets. All right. So whether you can sing along with the verses is one question, but you ought to be able to come in on the chorus at least. So let's go. In a man cave in my basement, working for a time, how I spent my 2020 with my wife in quarantine. COVID darling, COVID darling, COVID darling quarantine, you are locked up in was a night nurse, just like my wife of long. Longfellow wrote about her. All my gal gets is this song. COVID darling, COVID darling, COVID darling, quarantine. You are locked up in our bedroom while I'm drying on the vine. Drove her minivan to the clinic every morning, crack of dawn. Caught a virus from a patient, so they told her you are gone. COVID darling, COVID darling, COVID darling, quarantine. You are locked up in our bedroom while I'm drying on the vine. Ruby lips behind a face mask that was hiding her beauty. She's so close and yet so distant, all because of AQT. COVID darling, COVID darling, COVID darling, quarantine. You are locked up in our bedroom while I'm drying on the vine. Isolation, isolation, oh, it seems like such a crime. But my daughter and her sister gave this mister family time. COVID darling, COVID darling, COVID darling, quarantine. You are locked up in our bedroom, so I nurse a glass of wine. And someday I'll get a haircut when I get out of this place. Thank you, thank you. Yes, it's all true. Everybody's fine. Nobody's sick anymore. We're all good here. Yeah, yeah. It did. Well, no, I mean, yeah, I mean, it is my wife is a nurse, and she did pick something up at the rehab center where she works, and she was quarantined for really not even 14 days. It was really like almost 3 weeks just to make sure, and she was all feeling bad and afraid she would spread it and losing weight and getting her mind together, and then and we all thought, oh, we're all going to get sick. We did not. We were really careful, and everybody's fine. She's fine. She's back to work, and it's all good. But yeah, it's still fun to play the song.
Thanks, David. No, I just it's close and personal for David, so we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Moses. I was never a fan of Prince. I never really connected with Prince. And this happens to me a lot. I really start to appreciate an artist's music after they're gone, which is unfortunate. Amy Winehouse is another one. But here's Purple Rain by Prince. He was an amazing guitar player. And this song comes from, obviously, from his soul. It is not going to be similar to the original Prince recording. It is mostly taken from a recording by country artist. I forget what his name is, but anyway, this is more of a countrified version of that same song. It's in G. Actually, I got 3 songs for this jam session. All of them happen to be in G, on the G chord, on the key of G. It was not intentional, but it is probably the only key I can come close to singing competently in. And so this is in the key of G. It's also known as the people's key. It's everybody's key. So in G. And here's a little bit about the strumming. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Okay. And the other thing I'm going to do is include some orchestra in the song. And the other thing I'm going to do is include some orchestra, harmonica song, to add a little bit of a break. Include some orchestra. And Moses, do you have the song sheets up already for the song? Okay. I can't see it, so I'm assuming that it's all good. So let's go. Start with the with this strumming. I never went through any sorrow. I never meant to ask you any pain. I only want one time to see you laughing. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain, purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you bathing in the purple rain. I never wanted to see you become a lover. I only wanted to be your some kind of friend. Baby, I could never steal you from another. It's just a shame our friendship had to end. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you underneath the purple rain. Honey, I know the times are changing. It's time we all reach for something new. You say you want a leader. Don't you seem to make up your mind? I think you better close it. And let me guide you through the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you laughing in the purple Thank you.
Manuel, that was great. That was so.
All right, very cool.
Yeah,
Great, harmonica. Manuel.
Yeah, that was a nice
Appreciate it.
rendition. I like the
How many people
harmonica.
are on? I can't tell by through Zoom.
No, you can't. And again, just to kind of explain to everybody, the reason we kind of
You're
do
muted,
this is,
Moses.
what's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, actually, I think I'm feeding it. My live feed is working. It was just in the Zoom part. But yes, so the reason we're doing it this way is because when we have, I've noticed, I've participated in a lot of different Zoom sessions over the last 18 weeks. I think it's 18 weeks now that we've been in this sort of COVID situation. And what I've found is a lot of people, the Zooms get really combobulated, and it's not enjoyable for a lot of people to listen unless you're just wailing away on your instrument and just not playing together as a group. So the way I found that it works is that you reduce the population in the Zoom session that is broadcasting. So right now we got about 8 concurrent viewers. Okay, yeah. Hopefully, Beverly. Hopefully I fixed my audio that you can hear me in the stream. I think. Let me turn that speaker on real quick. Fixed my audio. Yep, I can hear myself in there. And so Manuel, the question for you is that do you remember who the country artist that did it this particular way, the Purple Rain?
Yes, it was Dwight Yoakam.
Dwight Yoakam.
Dwight Yoakam. If you search for that song on YouTube, you'll find a really nice version by Dwight Yoakam. It's countrified, but it's still a great song.
Yeah, John has got a whole bunch of clapping hands in there because he thought that was a really good. Of course, he thinks it's a really good rendition. But he did ask, if you could remember who the country artist is.
Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah, and that's really cool. I mean, so kind of to answer your question is that's kind of way we run it. I kind of took this cue from watching how Craig and Sarah have run their sessions. So only the performers, and you'll see that in the open mic. The open mic, we got a green room set up, and then so we get all the performers in at once. We put them all in the green room, and then the performer on the stage and myself are the only ones that are in the Zoom that the audience can see. And that goes through another tool called OBS. I think it's Open Broadcast Software or System is what it's called. And that sends the stream to, it only can send it to Facebook or YouTube. And for the jam session, we were running it on YouTube. Oh, you got a big thumbs up from John King there, Manuel.
All right, thank you.
So what we're going to get ready to do instead of me talking is I know you want to be jamming, so I'm going to put in there, and you should see it. Oh, wait a minute. I thought I had the Purple Rain one. No, here we go. So I got your second song up, and it's my Lazy Day, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and Manuel, your second song is up. It's on the screen for everybody and broadcasting.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for coming. It is wonderful to play with you. I wish we could all be in the same room together to feel that body heat, but this is the best we can do. And I really appreciate Moses and David for pulling this together. So kudos to you guys. Okay, well, I also have some backup here. I'm not playing by myself. I have Bert on drums and Ernie on bass, but you can't really hear them. But they're here with me very much. And thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. So this one is, it's My Lazy Day. It goes back to 1945. It was written by Smiley Burnett. It's been covered by several artists, including when I first heard it was by Willie Nelson, most recently. And let's see, I'm going to have try to do the harmonica break on the break again. You'll just follow the rhythm according to what notes are on there. You see on the break piece, there is G, G. That means there are 2 measures where you play the G chord. I will try to show my finger position just so you can easily follow that as well. Also, I just want to go over the rhythm a little bit. This is a song that, since I've been retired for the last 4 years now, is very close to me. It's My Lazy Day. It's got a bit of an attitude. The words have something to do with today. I'm going to declare this my lazy day, and I'm not doing anything. Okay, just stay out of my way. It's my lazy day. So here we go. This is the rhythm. I'm gonna stay on the C. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Everybody got that? G. Might have gone fishing. You're thinking it over. And the road to the river, it's my long way. Now it must be the season. No rhyme or no reason. I'm taking it easy. It's my lazy day. Just never mind calling, 'cause I ain't a coming. Just get you on by me. Stay out of my way. A little bit of thinking might drive me to drinking. Just taking it easy. It's my lazy day. I ain't asking no questions, ain't giving advices, I ain't taking no whipping, ain't wanting to blame, just sounding stupid, don't wanna meet you, just taking it easy, it's my lazy day. Oh well. There we go. I'm not hearing anybody, but
I always forget to turn my microphone. I have to turn it on in two places.
okay.
But yeah, that was great, Manuel. Yeah, one of these days I'll get to that point where I won't care, and I'll declare every day my lazy day.
You'll get an attitude, Moses. There's no question.
Couple more years yet. So, but I think we got we got your third song set up right here, and you're up, and take it away, Manuel.
Okay. This song is called Unknown Legend. It was written by Neil Young. And it was actually written for his wife at the time, back in the 1990s. Her name was Peggy Young. She passed away about a year and a half ago. They had been divorced since then, since the song was written. They both set up a foundation to help children with severe developmental problems. They had two children with those types of problems. So they set up a foundation, which is still going on right now. So this is a song that he wrote for Peggy Young. It's also in G. And let me just run through the rhythm. In the key of G, I'm playing the G chord. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. A little faster. Working at diner, never saw a woman look finer. I used to order just to watch her float across the floor. She grew up in a small town, never put her roots down. Daddy always kept moving, so she did too. Somewhere on a desert highway, she rides a Harley Davidson, her long blonde hair flying in the wind. She's been riding half her life, the chrome and still she rides, colliding with the very air she breathes, the air she breathes. You know it ain't easy, you got to hold on. She was an unknown legend in her time. Now she's dressing two kids, looking for a magic kiss. She gets a faraway look in her eyes. Everybody on the chorus again. Somewhere on a desert highway, she rides a Harley Davidson, her long blonde hair flying in the wind. She's been running half her life, the chrome and still she rides, colliding with the very air she breathes, the air she breathes. Thank you.
That's a good one. I don't know that one.
It's a really nice song. Probably one of my favorite Neil Young songs.
Yeah.
You can find it on YouTube if you want to practice it and play it along for your friends.
He's got a lot of good songs. They're hard to sing, at least for me, some of them.
Yeah, he's got a high-pitched voice,
Yeah. Mm.
which kind of fits my voice
Okay.
in a way.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Dave. Thank you, Moses.
I forgot to turn my other microphone back on. But I got to figure out how to synchronize the two pieces of software, so I only need to click it once in one spot, and then it brings up everything at once.
Or hire an engineer.
What's that?
Thank you, Moses.
Hire an engineer.
Yeah. And you were gonna. So you got anything else to say, Manuel? Before?
Yes. I just wanted to mention, this is so enjoyable for me, and I know that it will be enjoyable for just about anybody, beginner, intermediate, advanced in this group. All you have to do is come up with a song or two, maybe three, and make sure that while you're considering these songs, that people can play along almost simultaneously the first time around in a jam session. So keep them simple, the chord progressions, keep those simple. And if it's a song that is familiar to most people, all the better. But if you're introducing a completely new song, that's perfectly fine. As long as people can follow it and you have the song sheets. It's just the reason I really like playing with this group. I really like bringing songs to share. And I also like hearing that people have taken them home and then try to play them for their friends and their families and try to put their own spin on the same song. So thanks, everybody.
Oh, thank you again for coming. So you're saying that don't bring like Hotel California, which I think has got like 6 chords in it. It's a great song. And there are people who would love to play, but it's like 6 chords, and it'd be really tough to because the idea is that the whole song's got to fit on a single page, because that's what is going to be seen by the audience or the people from the club who are watching on the YouTube. Is that because that way you don't have to worry when you're playing with the club through the YouTube. You don't have to worry about getting a book. You as a performer don't have to worry about flipping pages. Everything's on a single page to play. But when you have a lot of those chords to play, it makes it hard for you, makes it hard for them, and it's. But keeping it simple, and your renditions are just great. This has been fantastic. I really want to thank you again, Manuel, for coming out again. And hopefully we'll see you again in the future as we do more and more of these, because this is the new normal and I think it's the new normal for a while.
Yeah, and I would encourage other people to also come up with a couple of songs to share. So that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, David and I will thank everybody from the society who come out, because David, it gets long and challenging even for David and I to come up with new material out of our songbooks and get the arrangements right and put them in there. And there's even songs we would like to play that are more than one page, and it makes it difficult to do that. But thank you very much. And I think, David, you're up next, and I'm getting ready to highlight your window.
Okay, which song am I doing here?
You're doing it was in the chat. It's oops, hang on.
Oh, I see in the chat. I love the mountains. Okay.
Yeah, for some reason you're not being brought in the spotlight window. Cancel the spotlight.
It looks like it is now. It's yellow highlighted.
No, but it's not. Hang on. Let me figure this out. I got to do that before I switch it over. Yeah. So hey, Manuel, you could actually drop off and then join us on the YouTube side.
Okay.
Unless you just want to hang out and help us comment on different songs, and that'd be perfectly fine too.
Okay, I'll just hang out.
Okay,
Thanks.
great. Let me see. I gotta turn that off because I gotta figure out why it's not bringing up the. Oh, I know why. I'm so stupid. Because when I had the restart. Nope, that's not the one I want to bring up. Where's the other Zoom? There it is. Nope, that's not it either. Oh, here we go. For some reason you were pinned. Now it's right.
All right.
So and you're in the window there, David.
Okay, great. So I Love the Mountains. We've done this one before. It is a doo-wop song, and a very slight variation here. And then I think my next song is also a variation, even a little further off of a doo-wop. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of revisit those and let you play them. So this song, I Love the Mountains, I learned it as a kid. I think probably my older sister learned it in Girl Scouts or something like that while we were out getting wet on campouts in Boy Scouts and tying knots and stuff. They were, I don't know, making, doing songs and crafts and things like that. So, and my dad was a pastor, and he would come back from retreats with all kinds of crazy songs. So 4 chords over and over: C, A minor, D minor, G7. So the D minor is like an F, right? Just a slightly different thing. And I think it sounds nicer with the D minor because we're singing the words I love at that point. And D minor on a love is just a little more poignant maybe than an F. I don't know. So I kind of like that substitution there. And so it just goes over and over with those chords. And if you get bored with that, one thing that's kind of fun is to just hit the notes. C, A, D, G. And pretend you're the bass player, right? And noodle around like that. We were in the previous primer session talking a little bit about how to do noodling, and so here you can just hit those notes. Anyway, all right. This is normally sung as a round. Feel free to come in anytime you want, but we're not going to be able to hear you. But it does sound good as a round. When we're together next, we'll try and do it that way. And of course, any noodling you do, any singing, anything out of key, nobody will ever know. So go for it.
Rolling hills, I love the flowers, I love the daffodils, I love the fireside when all the lights are low. Boom de-yada, 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 boom de-yada. I love the ocean, I love the open sea, I love the forest, I love the bumblebees, I love the stars above when night turns into day. Boom de-yada, 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 boom de-yada. I love the sunshine, I love the butterflies, I love the wind blow, I love the river flow, I love the city lights when the moon is high. Boom de-yada, 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 boom de-yada. I love the daisies, I love the sugar peas, I love the meadows, I love the summer breeze, I love to walk on by, my head up in the sky. Boom de-yada, 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 boom.
What's buzzing? My phone is buzzing. Sorry about that.
1, 2. So I got both microphones this time.
There you go. I hear you.
So that's pretty good. Maybe David, you know what we should try next month? We should test this first. Mm-hmm. Is that with Manuel? If Manuel comes back next month, is that maybe we could try this song with all three of us doing that? I could set up the window so that the song sheet's still in the window and then streaming. Okay. And then the three of us, because again, Zoom works better when there's not as many people in it, and then because we play from here, maybe we get two going. When you're doing that, and then and then it gets streamed, then everybody else joins in, and they can actually hear it being sung in a round. If you're okay with doing that, then Manuel, you have to come back next month.
Yeah. I mean, we should do a dry. We could even do a verse now and see and let people weigh in on the comments section, so we'll know whether.
That's a great idea. Why don't we go ahead and do that? But so I've got the sheet. Manuel is disadvantaged because he doesn't have the sheet in front of him.
Can I share my document, maybe?
Well, I'm not sure how that will work. Because you got to remember, what we see in the screen is what is being shared. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Hey, Manuel, can you... I'm going to drop this. We're going to do... Now, this is sort of real time. Apologize taking everybody's time, but we're going to try something here. I'm going to drop this file into the chat room. And, okay, it's loaded there. So, Manuel, you should be able to pull that file up. And that way you have the song on your screen.
I'm still in Zoom, right?
Yes, you'll still stay in Zoom.
Uh-huh.
And I don't see anybody leaving. I actually see the numbers going up. The highest number we've had today, the peak number is right around 12. I've seen it higher in other jam sessions. I think some of it has to do with pushing it out there and sharing it so other people can see where the link is. We're also competing with a professional musician, Diane Nalii, I think. Nalini. I always get her last name wrong, but she's running a jazz session today. Sing jazz singing with an ukulele.
Wow. You find it, Manuel, in the chat room? There's a JPEG.
I'm on a tablet and I'm looking for a chat room and I don't see it.
There's a chat icon at the bottom.
Bottom of your Zoom.
That looks like a little bubble, speech bubble.
And you should have a 1 or some numbers against it. Well, let's just go ahead. So, David, let's just you and I try to do this.
Yeah,
one.
okay, sure. Yeah. So the question is for the audience: are we synchronized or not? I think is the question.
Right, and I know John and Beverly are actually they're the active posters in the chat room. Hopefully, we'll see some other folks, but let's go ahead and try that, David. You start off on. I think I start off at the end of your first line, right?
That's right.
Because that way the progression's in the same.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and try that.
Okay.
I love the mountains, I love the rolling hills, I love the flowers, I love the daffodils, I love the fireside and all the birds are low. Boom diada, 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 boom diada. I love the oceans, I love the open sea, I love the forest, I love the bumblebees, I love the stars above the moon. It turns into day. Yada boom, yada boom, yada boom.
Okay.
So
I sounded off at first. I think as I was listening to you, and I tried to merge in yours, and I think it got better. But let's see what people thought.
Yeah, I don't see anybody commenting, but let's see.
They've all dropped dead. I don't know. We slayed them.
Yeah, because that would be really cool if we get all three going. But of course, I would have to say that we'll have to work with you on that, Manuel.
Yeah, maybe if you can just email me the song sheet in advance, that'd be fine.
Right, but there's also some other things that help it. Being on a LAN is better than being on a wireless. Having an independent microphone and camera is better than using the one through the device. But they all work. It's just one's better than the other kind of thing. Because it has to do with speed and latency. But I don't... John says it sounds a little off. Yeah, John, that was probably because David and I are not singing together.
It might have just been us. It could have been just us.
But it's one of those things. It's kind of I start playing it. We have to sit there and try that another time, not taking everybody's time. But it's one of those things. It's a really cool idea to try, and maybe the three of us we can get together between now and sometime over the next 3 weeks just to kind of work it out and record it, and then play back the recording to see how it sounds from the Zoom.
Or if we get a song that has exactly 20 seconds between verses, we'll let the latency do the job for us.
Well, I don't think it will work that way.
I'm just kidding. It'll never work that way.
Yeah, just let me know. I'll be happy to.
Okay, thanks, Manuel.
To practice with you guys.
Yeah. But hey, Manuel, but you know that if you do that, you're gonna have to come up with more than 3 songs.
Okay. I got a bunch of songs. I have a backup of songs.
All right.
Yeah. So one of the things we're gonna do is we always do one of our signature songs, and what we're gonna do is that I'm gonna bring up, and it's on the screen now, is Beautiful Kauai. And this I think is a different version than some people are used to. What I ask you to do is that if it's whatever's on that sheet, and I'm gonna have to look at it because I usually don't play this looking at the sheet. but I want to make sure I'm playing the one that's on the screen in front of you, and not my own version. So again, real simple. Everybody should know I play the intro twice, which is called a Hawaiian vamp. I play it the first time to kind of set the pacing. Then you join in on the second time through. And of course, the vamp is, we're using a D minor instead of a D7. And then you see the chords on the end in the square brackets where it says G7, G suspended 2, and then a C. There's some debate on whether it's a suspended 2 or a G9. Both of them are the correct names for as far as the ukulele goes, because both of them you add the A note. But if you don't know what that is, you could skip it. Basically, after the C chord, you go back to the C. You go back to a G7. You open up the A. Play it like this, where you take your middle finger off where the A string's open. Then you go to the C chord. And I think some of us who were on the Koke'e workshop with Brian, Herb, and David Kamakahi, whose dad wrote Koke'e, when he played that turnaround with that G7 and then putting the G note down, and then he played that really interesting turnaround. That's nothing more than what that is too. So here we go. We're starting off at the top, and again, song is sung in a 1.5. We go all the way to the bottom. We come back up to In the Mist, and then we go back to the bottom, and then we end the song. So here we go. There's an island across the sea, a beautiful Kauai, a beautiful Kauai, and it's calling, yes, calling to me, a beautiful Kauai, a beautiful Kauai. In the midst of a grotto, Mother Nature made her home, and the falls of Wailua, where lovers often roam. I'll return to my island across the sea, a beautiful Kauai, a beautiful Kauai, where my true love is waiting for me, a beautiful Kauai, beautiful Kauai. In the midst of a grotto, Mother Nature made her home, and the falls of Wailua, where lovers often roam. I'll return to my island across the sea, a beautiful Kauai, a beautiful Kauai, and where my true love is waiting for me, beautiful Kauai, beautiful Kauai. And we're playing that last line again. Beautiful Kauai, a beautiful Kauai. Yeah, some of those embellishments that you learn along the way by playing with folks like David Kamakahi and Herb Ota Jr., and folks like that. So I mean, it's again that song, "Beautiful Kauai," is supposed to be a signature song for the club, where you. Oh, we got some better comments, so that means we just got to practice that. Going back to "I Love the Mountains," I see Beverly says it didn't sound too terrible, but needs a little work. But doing that on the fly without any practice, I think we could actually make that work if we just offline. We do that one time, and we got Rebecca on there too. She says it sounds good, but Moses was louder than David. I'm always louder than David. No, if you notice what I've been doing, if you've been watching me play, there's a couple of times where I actually push myself back away from the table because I can see my levels in the OBS software, and I have to back up from the microphone because I try to set the levels correctly on my device, and I think I have them set. And then when I start playing, because that's the other thing, you see me play softer with the instrument, or even try to sing softer, is because I can see my levels blowing way out of it's hitting the top of the peg. So really appreciate. I really like these comments, and that came from Rebecca, David. So again, I think there's enough people that says it does sound off. I'm not too worried. The first time we did that, and we'll make sure you have the song, Manuel, so the next time we can sit there and try that 3-person round, and then everybody can sit there and pick one. We can say, yeah, I'm number 1, David's number 2, or David would be number 1 because it's his song. He'll go
It goes
first.
up to 4. You can even do 4.
And then we could try that. And the question is always making sure we maintain speed. You know, there's some of us who like to have, lead foot, and we just crank it all up and get going down the road. But anyways, yeah, that's always a lot of fun doing that song. Again, going back, I almost forgot. Going back, the last comment I'll make about "Beautiful Kauai," and then we'll move on. "Beautiful Kauai" is a song that hopefully the members of the club, and eventually we'll be meeting in person again, is that we could play the song without looking at the lead sheet. That means you remembering the lyrics and you're remembering the chord progressions. This one has more than 3 chords in it. And some of them are patterns. So what I mean by pattern is like the part when you go into the bridge where you play the C chord, a closed C chord, and the B is nothing more than sliding it down 1 fret and then going back up to the C chord. And then where it says D7 with 2 in parentheses, D7 with 1 in parentheses, those are full D7s and alternate inversions. If you play the Hawaiian D7 all the way through that, you are okay. If you play the full D7 the whole time, you are okay. If you want to play it like the way it's written, then you're playing this D7 up here on the 5th fret. Then you're going down to the 2nd fret. And then you're playing the Hawaiian D7. So you can hear that it sounds like this. And it sort of follows the melody line when you do that. And that's why sometimes we pick these inversion chords, because it depends on where the melody note is. To kind of push a little tutorial there. But again, hopefully you're trying to learn that song. We're going to get ready to switch to another song by David. I think I did a oops there. Let me see. Yep. While I was not playing, I didn't set up your next song. And that was supposed to be which one, David, we were going to do?
Octopus's Garden.
Octopus's Garden. I have to make sure I get to the right month. Go to the songs, jazz, and Octopus's Garden is right there. Drop that in, and we'll have that up in a minute, and then I'm going to spotlight you.
Okay.
Well, I remember. This is a 2-step process with Zoom. Okay. You're in the mark, and then you are in the stream.
All right. So I'm wondering if you also have a button that has like a hook that comes out and pulls people up.
Well,
could
sort
spotlight him.
of. If you kind of think about it, all I can do is push a button, and then now we get the three of us back up, and I push another button, you're back up.
A hook.
Yeah. So one of the things that's nice with this software is that I actually have full control, but it's also I got enough buttons that could go wrong. I pushed the wrong button.
Or else poll the audience, and if enough people say thumbs down, and they're out. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Don't do that to me.
yeah. I always forget that. Hey, Manuel, if you wanted to say something, just feel free to jump in. But you have to unmute yourself. Once the performance goes, of course, we have to mute ourselves, so that way, when David leads the song, because he's up on the screen right now, people can hear you and me right now. But when David gets going, that's when I have to remember to mute myself in two spots, because sometimes I'll mute in one spot, and then I'll look up at the chat window and somebody go, "Moses, we can hear you typing again." So I always got to make sure I hit the microphones in both spots. But David, you're up, and I'm going mute.
Okay, so Octopus's Garden, the Beatles song is sort of a doo-wop, right? It starts with C, A minor, F, and then instead of G, it's a G. Instead of G7, it's a G, but you can put a G there. What I like to do is do a G and then a G7 before the next line. So any way you do that is good. If you stay with G, or if you stay with G7, or you follow the chart there. And it repeats that, and then when it says, "I'd ask my friends," in the fifth line, we're kind of switching out of the doo-wop progression, and then we're kind of picking it up again. So it's just a variation there. All right. So let's see if I can come up with it here. That's too fast, because this is let's see, is it the wrong strum? Let's see. This is a good, I think this is a good calypso strum. I'd like to be under the sea, in an octopus's garden, in the shade. Calypso strum. He let us in, knows where we've been, in his octopus's garden, in the shade. G7. I'd ask my friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea, in an octopus's garden, in the shade. We warm below the storm, in our little hideaway beneath the waves, resting our head on the seabed. Oops, in an octopus's garden, wrong chord, in a cave. We would sing and dance around, because we know we can't be found. I'd like to be under the sea, in an octopus's garden, in the shade. We would shout and swim about the coral that lies beneath the waves. Oh, a joy for every girl and boy, knowing they're happy and they're safe. We would be so happy, you and me, no one there to tell us what to do. I'd like to be under the sea, in an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you.
One of my favorite Beatles songs. David,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, and it's just kind of came up as a joke. It's sort of a sequel to Yellow Submarine, I think.
Wonderful.
Yeah, but it's nice. Sorry, I messed up a chord. I skipped a chord there or something. But anyway.
We didn't notice.
Oh. We're not hearing you. We're not hearing you on our side, Moses.
There we go. Now we got both microphones back on.
All right.
Yeah, I said I was saying that sometimes it's you're going through it quick enough that you won't need to worry about it being on the wrong chord. I've done that plenty of times, and I'll go, "Oh, I'm on the wrong chord," but then I'll quickly switch to the right chord. Who was it? I was trying to remember who said that. There's so Danny Heride. She goes by Danny Joy Music. I take lessons from her boyfriend Spencer, for Spencer Stauffer, for advanced jazz improvisation. And one of the things he said in our advanced lessons, he goes, one of the things that was really, really important for everybody to learn is how to smile. And we're going, what? He goes, you got to smile. So when you're playing and you make a mistake, he just keeps smiling. Nobody knows that you made a mistake.
Yeah.
He goes, there's plenty of mistakes being made by professionals. He goes, but what do they know how to do? Well, which is good. Yeah, I love that song. And I know next month we're going to have more songs with Manuel. So one of the songs that I'm going to do that I have to, let me see, I have to do the Zoom two-step. Cancel your spotlight, add me as a spotlight. That puts me back in the stream. And then what we're going to do, everybody, is there's a song that we did last month. I couldn't find the one I wanted to do this month. But we're going to do Paniolo Country again. That's one of those songs that's it's pretty neat how we do it. If you remember how we did that last time, it was slow with a tremolo when we did the first verse. Then we did a cappella going into the chorus. Then it's just a country strum with the second verse, doing the chorus, coming back up to the first verse, and ending on the chorus is kind of how we do that. We're going to have to make sure, Manuel, that you get all of the songs that we're playing so that you could be right there with us playing the same tunes. And I'm hoping, yep, my audio's working. My audio's working there. And so here we're going to go. And remember, just kind of tremolo on the F. Places I have. Let's see. Places. Oh man, I can't remember the melody. Okay, here we go. Places I have lived, cities I have seen, with concrete canyons rising from the ground. And I just saw there is a mistake in that F should be a B flat. Miles and miles of asphalt trails stretched across the land, stampeding metal ponies. There's another B flat there, leaving smoke along the way. I guess I really forgot how to that I was supposed to do that. Change all those chords in that sheet, but going back to Paniolo Country, stars at night, no city light. Paniolo Country, my home on the range. I made up my mind, I won't waste any time. I'm going back where the clouds ride high. And take my word, it's pretty, not like the great big city. The winds still bring cool, clear mountain air. Going back to the old country, and stars at night, no city lights. I'm smiling. The old country, my home on the range. Places I concrete canyons rising from the ground. The miles and miles of asphalt trails stretched across the land, stampeding metal ponies, leaving smoke along the way. Going back to Pontiolo country, stars at night, no city lights. Pontiolo country, my home on the range. Pontiolo country, stars at night, no city lights. Pontiolo country, my home on the range. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, I just remembered, and I forgot to do that since the last time. There's two places where it says an F, it's supposed to be a B flat. And I played that and I sang the notes and I go, okay, either I'm singing off or my chord's wrong. So then I said, oh yeah, that's supposed to be a B flat.
Blame it on the chord.
What's that?
Blame it on the chord.
Yeah,
You're singing fine.
well, we could say that it's a different harmony.
Yeah, there you go. There are tons of excuses.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of different things. So I think we're almost coming. Well, we got about another 15 more minutes. So David, I think your song's up next with. I know I set that up. Which one was it? Oh yeah, Jamaica Farewell.
Okay.
So it's one of those things where I got to do the two-step, make spotlight you again, so that way you stay in this in the stream. But some of these songs, we're doing some of these calypso songs. I know there's some more advanced people that are listening. And one of the things in these some of these calypso songs, like the one David's getting ready to do, is that where you play the calypso is down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And you can spice that up by what we call the chunk on the 2/4. And it doesn't clash. And for the beginners, sometimes you go, oh, I'll never be able to play this chord, so you stop playing. But one of the things you got to remember, tempo is tempo. So even if you go, and that's just straight downs, or which is straight eights, all those strums work. So if you can't play the complicated one, which is a calypso chunk 2/4, then you can fall back to the calypso. If you don't fall, if you can't keep up with the calypso, you could always go back to straight eights. If you feel like you're still a little combobulated, then you can sit there, go to the straight fours, and then when you kind of get back in the groove, and it's all about getting in the groove, then you can move it back up to the straight eights, to the calypso, and back to the calypso chunk 2/4. If you've gotten that far from our primers and our lessons, and I was commenting to the folks in the primer today, we do have a cheat sheet. It tells you how to construct all these chords. It's on our website under the pamphlets, lessons, and packages. I think is what that file folder is called. And in there it says cheat sheet strums, the NVUS strums. And I think there's like 27 of them now. And all they are different variations of the same thing. But it's all about going 1, 2, and 2, and 3, and 4. And if you get the other strum is just 1, 2, 3, 1, then it's the same thing. And then it's about which strum do you skip in that cycle of making your arm go up and down. And that's where the rhythmic part comes in. But I'm going to put David's...
Okay, I think I unmuted. So I know we've done this before. It's just a good jam song. It's not hard. It's real pretty. I've always loved this since it came out on that old Harry Belafonte album. probably about the year I was born, I think, or something like that. It was like the first gold record, I think it was Calypso with Harry Belafonte, who I thought was like Jamaican or something until years later I found out, oh, he was from New York, but had lived in Jamaica for a while, and so knew the songs. And anyway, he popularized them and kind of brought a lot of this music to the rest of the the Americas. So anyway, it's in C. First note is G. And if you find that you want to play around, like we were doing a little bit of noodling in the primer again, so you could try and figure out the tune. G, A, B, C. So when we get to the end of mountaintop, you could do a little fill there. Some other variation of mountaintop, right? And entertain yourself where nobody in the world can hear you. That's fine. Okay, yeah, Calypso strum. Right?
Down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines daily on the mountain top, I took a trip on a sailing ship, but when I reached Jamaica I made a stop. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way, won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around, I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Sounds of laughter everywhere and the dancing girls swirl to and fro. I must declare my heart is there, though I've been from Maine to Mexico. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way, won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around, I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Down at the market you can hear ladies cry out while on their heads they bear ackee rice, salt fish are nice, and the rum is good any time of year. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way, won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around, I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. One more time. Sad to say I'm on my way, won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around, I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Actually, I left one of my girls in Los Angeles. She hasn't come back yet. Okay, how was that? Good. Nice simple song. Everybody knows it. Maybe.
Yeah, that was really good. Except I'm hoping I didn't kind of goof you up, because I noticed that I only hit one microphone, but I don't see anybody complaining.
Ooh. They would complain if you put me on, probably.
Well, no, you were playing your song and it was going through in the stream. I mean, I plan on listening to the playback later just to kind of see. So, oh yeah, I should have done that one there, and I should have done this one there, and so on. And one of the things that I'm going to do is play the another one of the songs that we would normally do, we would get ready to do for Viva Vienna. So we got that playlist that was supposed to be for this year, but it looks like we're not going to be doing any of the society gigs that we normally do in September. I mean, it hasn't been fully canceled yet. The Reston Multicultural Festival is coming up. I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to do with that, and I think it may end up only being the ensemble who we've been practicing our songs, and I don't know how they're going to do the safe distancing, because they did mention that, and we're still in a discussion. We're still in a running to get tagged for that. So I don't know how they're going to do that, because with all these new norms, it's going to be very interesting. I do know some local musicians are actually getting gigs, and they're mostly backyard gigs, so they don't necessarily fly under the Phase 3 wire, but it's all outdoors as well. So the musicians are 6 feet apart on a makeshift stage. People who are attending are more than 6 feet apart, except for the people that are in their immediate family. They kind of go to these things, and they do set a cap on the number of people that show up, so they don't break any of the Virginia rules or things like that. One of them I've been following is Justin Trawick. He runs the Nine. I don't know if have you guys ever heard the Nine?
Yeah.
It's a group that it's a ad hoc group that he runs. 9 musicians with original tunes that perform in these different places, and he invites them. And it actually started with folks like Victoria Vox, Kathy Fink, and Marcy Marxer, some of the bigger names that he's had on there. But what some people don't realize, there was one who is a former member, or actually she still is a member of the society, Louisa Hall. And now she plays with a group called Grief Cats. It's her and her friend Annie. And they perform professionally. She is going to be tonight's feature on our open mic. She's going to anchor our open mic and play all of her original tunes when she comes up for her set in the open mic. Yeah, that's kind of where we go with these things, is that we have these jams for the general population, and then we have these things that are still floating out there. I'm not expecting a whole lot this year anymore because it's dragging out. Like the other big one is Ono Brewery's anniversary luau that they have. Don't know if that's going to go on. The rest of Multicultural Festival and the showcase, holiday showcase that we do in the Reston Town Center and of course our showcase at Ono's. So I'm hoping we're going to still be able to do all those things, but my expectations are very low. But anyways, I've got the next song with My Sweet Gardenia Lay, which is one of the songs that we are preparing. And that's in the stream now, and I need to pull up my copy so that I can see what I'm playing. Okay, where is it? Paniela Country, Kalana Island Style. Oh, I should have put Island Style up. That's my favorite one. That's a favorite short one because I play it super fast. I don't see it in my list, but it's in the stream, and it's too late to pull it back.
It's 26 in the Tall Oaks book, if that helps you.
I don't have any of my books in front of me, so it's sort of like, that's not going to help me. But I did find it. I had to go to last month's video or folder. So for everybody, this is in a doo-wop progression. And if you notice, there's that little slant on my. That's because my comes in on the beat before the start of the change of the chord, which is the G7. And we talked about that in the Beautiful Kauai, where we talked about the closed C, and you're going back to the B, back up to the C. That's on the third line of this song. And then the CFC is, instead of play the C down here and then switching to the C, you'll see me typically play the C in this case with my pinky, going to dropping the F chord, leaving the C on. And then you'll see me haunting me now do something like this. But you won't need to do that. Haunting me now is just the F chord all the way through. Let me see what else is on this quirky about this song. Oh, when we get Till You Return to Me, about 2/3 of the way down, you see at the end of that line it says on to coda, and you see where it says coda. Means if we come down there the first time, we go someday, we go back to the top, we play the vamp one time through, and then we come back down. When we come back the second time, we go to we play that Till You Return to Me. We go that way. We drop down to the coda, which says bring me a song to my fate, Sweet Gardenia Lay. So here we go. I gotta remember to play this one slow. My sweet gardenia lay, you gave to me upon a moonlit night that was
flower-scented night when I met you. The fondest memories of you are here, haunting me now. Your faint perfume I cannot forget till you return to me again someday. Bringing me a song and my sweet gardenia lane. My sweet gardenia lane you gave to me upon a moonlit night at Waikiki. A lover's melody just meant for two. A flower-scented night when I met you. The fondest memories of you are here, haunting me now. Your faint perfume I cannot forget till you return to me again someday. Bringing me a song and my sweet gardenia lay, bringing me a song and my sweet gardenia. Remember that's a C major 7th on a C sharp major 7. My sweet gardenia lay. Ooh, yes. A sweet,
good.
slow song.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's one of those things I keep forgetting. I have to write myself a note. And in big letters says fix songs. See, I wrote it down. It says fix songs. I'm crazy. But yeah, so we got it's actually time. So one of the things I'm going to try to do, I'm going to leave all of us up, and I'm going to bring in Sweet Wahine, because one of the things we got to do is Sweet Wahine's in the stream. Actually, I wonder if I could do. Let me do this real quick. I'm going to see if I can fix this so that I'm going to. Oh, yes, that works. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually bring this in here like that, and then I'm going to stream that in. Yeah, well, it looks ugly, but at least all three of us are in the stream now. Let's try, and we'll survive the aftermath, and we'll see if we could do this, all three of us together, with the Sweet Wahine. Espanita and la muchacha, Sweet Wahine, come dance with me. Espanita, la muchacha, pretty lady, come dance with me. It was out on the shores of Hawaii where we saw her dance
out in Waikiki, playing tenor guitars under the stars, playing Hawaiian tunes and an old slack key. David, take yours. Manuel, you want to take one? Espanita, la cha-cha, sweet Juanita, come dance with me. Espanita, la muchacha, pretty lady, come hula for me. Wow, I can't wait to hear that recording on the playback to see how well that worked. It's the first time we tried that. I'm gonna have to try that other tool called Jamulus and see if from the Jam's perspective, see if that works, how that works, and how that sounds. Because I keep hearing people talk about it, but I also hear the equal number of people saying no, it sucks just as much as Zoom.
Oh no, yeah.
Well, but I really think it's all about how big of a machine do you have running, what kind of internet speed do you have, how is your machine connected to that internet, what is your upstream versus downstream, and in Jamulus's case, where's your Jamulus server that you connect to? Because if you're here and your server's in Russia, those gerbils have to run a long way to take that music all the way there to broadcast to everybody else. And of course, I don't know how that would work with OBS, which is the actual broadcast software that we're doing. But what I would like to do is I do have to cut this short because we have to flip everything around to get ready for the open mic, to include the Zooms all set up for the performers to jump in 1 minute ago. So I really got to shut this down and get the Zoom restarted for that session. But I do want to thank everybody for coming.
Thanks for
hopefully
coming.
We're getting better at this. I see our peak numbers today was right around 26. And we have around mostly the concurrent user attendees have been right around 9 or 10. But I think that's the number of people who actually signed in who are online. So I really don't know how many are on until I go back and look at the actual analytics from Google. But again, thank you, everybody. I want to thank David. David has been helping me for years with the club, and really appreciate his support and his assistance. And of course, Manuel, thank you. As usual, you always have some great songs to bring to share at the jam sessions, and you got all these. You always bring this. Is the first time I think you brought your friends with you. That was great. I mean, nobody saw me, but I was rolling laughing on this side. Yay! Look at that, Bert and Ernie. Yes, love it. I love
I'm
it.
in my daughter's bedroom, and my daughter is now 31, so she's gone.
Yeah, mine too. Mine. I got one in Connecticut and one in Germany. So
Bert
they're.
and Ernie stayed here, so we have to take care of them now.
Oh yeah, I miss my daughter's TYs. So when McDonald's came out with those baby TYs,
Yeah,
I got a bunch of them sitting on my dashboard now.
Oh
And so
my
when my
goodness.
daughter comes and visits, she's always cracking up when she sees those baby TYs. But anyways, thank you again, everybody, for coming out. We got to shut down and flip over for the open mic, but please join us for the open mic on Facebook Live. I do want to say we got a big lineup. We got about 12 people, I think. One was on the road and wasn't too sure if they're still able to join us or if I got recordings for them. And then we got a treat for you. We got the Grief Cats with Louisa Hall, who's a society member, and her friend Annie Nardolili, and the two of them make up the Grief Cats. And Louisa was invited by Justin Warwick some years ago to go sing in the Nine. And she was one of the Nine, and I think that was down Pete's Coffee downtown in D.C. where she first performed. And that's when I met Danielle ate the sandwich, and I met some other local performers. They had 9 performers. They each get to play one original song, come back around, play their second original song, which is their encore. Then they have a big jam session of one song at the end for the night. So that's you're talking about 8, 9, 18. So 19 total songs, and sometimes there's a real encore. So they play 20 songs for that whole night, which with the group called The Nine. And she got invited, and she asked me. I said, absolutely, go play with them. And now she's a professional performer, playing as far as New York and down somewhere, I think in Florida for one of the gigs. I think she even went out to Texas one time. So, and then she's still a program manager for a IT company. So that's great when you could do your daytime job and then at night go be a musician. That's fantastic. Again, everybody, thank you. Manuel, thank you. David, thank you. But we're shutting down.
Thank you.
See you on the other
Bye-bye.
side.